Hi, love bunnies. I hope you guys all doing so well. Welcome back to the beauty house. As you can tell by the title, in this video, we are going to be going over something that is kind of grinding my gears. Okay, and it is these ridiculous lashes. If you like to hear my thoughts on this trend, I guess you could say, be sure to continue and keep on watching. Okay, loves. The last video that I did discussing something that kind of was grinding my gears just a dash. I was discussing the blush blindness. If you did not see that video, go make sure you watch it. I got quite a few reviews on that. I got quite a few views on that video. Thank Jesus. And I said, you know what? I think I should do a little segment or a little series where I'm talking about things such as trends or hacks or anything of that nature in the beauty world that is kind of ridiculous. Okay. But as I always do, you know, I'm always going to give my input on things that I like, don't like, but also ways that we can tweak it and tailor it to you. So that's what I'm going to do in this video today. We are discussing ridiculous lashes. And I know I say that as I'm wearing a bit of lashes today. Now, I'm going to show you guys quite a few photos because words just can't describe the level of ridiculousness of these lashes. So I'm going to show you examples. Okay, so this is exhibit A of ridiculous lashes. I don't understand. Okay, I don't understand as to why when it comes to lashes, females choose to say, you know what, I want to take flight and I want to get there via my lashes. That's beyond ridiculous to me, right? This is crazy. I'm not understanding how she's able to blink. I'm not able to understand how she's able to see, sleep. I don't know how a person could talk to her and take her seriously. Like, if she was in front of me trying to have a conversation, I promise you I'd probably walk away because I don't like looking at ridiculousness, right? This is beyond crazy to me. This is crazy. Let's go to another one. Let me show you another example of ridiculous. This one. What's happening? What's going on? What's going on here? I don't understand, right? It's quite a few things wrong in this image to me, but I'm gonna focus on the lashes. This is ridiculous, right? I don't understand how she's able to blink nor keep her eyes open. I know for a fact, I know for a snapple fact that is itching her and bothering her on her lid area, and I know for a fact she feels like it's something in her eyes. I know, I could tell, because even when I have my lashes on, although they're comfortable on me, you still kind of could just feel just the slightest bit something is on your eyeballs. Like, that's just it. I know for a fact she can't see clearly because it looks like it's covering half of her actual pupil area anyways. This is crazy to me. Let me show you. Let me show you one more. Let me show you one. I'm going to be nice to show just one more, because there's level to this, right? Now this one, same thing. It looks like the lashes is touching literally her eyebrows, and not in a good way. Again, this is crazy to me. This looks ridiculous, right? And I'm not understanding how they could sit and have conversation with people and talk to them, and people could stand to look at them and have conversation without laughing or questioning what is on your eyeballs. It's crazy. I don't understand it. I don't understand. Now, I only showed you guys 3, right? There's plenty more. Some I didn't put up because you guys probably might get creeped out. Now, when it comes to lashes, whether it's a strip lash, lash clusters, lash extensions, half lash, even mascara sometimes, right? You have to know. Actually, let me break it down like this. 1, as a lash tech, if you getting your lashes professionally done, because these look they possibly went to go and get it done from a lash esthetician, right? You have to know what lashes suits your client. You have to know the density of the lashes, the curl of the lashes, the retention of the lash, as well as the health of your client's lash. I would assume so. I didn't go to esthetician school, so I don't know. But just understanding makeup and understanding lashes and knowing something about lashes, because I still am because I'm in the field of makeup and lashes, I need to be in the know. I know that much, right? Because it's kind of the same as me being a makeup artist. When it's time for me to sit with a client and I'm doing a consultation, I have to ask them these questions. I have to know their skin. If there are any skin issues, the texture of their skin, if they have oily, dry skin, all of these things. So I know now how to navigate it, right? Same exact thing with being a lash tech or any field of any kind of service. You have to ask necessary questions and also know and be knowledgeable. I would assume that because these lashes are as thick as they are and are as full as they are, I'm very sure that they are very heavy on the natural lashes, which if it's heavy on the natural lash, I'm very sure as a result, it will be damage to the lash. These lashes are beyond ridiculous, right? I know we want to look pretty. We want to say, hey, let me not do mascara every day. I don't want to bother myself. Put on a strip lash is too much. I want something quick, wash my face and go. Understandable. But we also have to know when we look beyond ridiculous, okay? Right? Now, as being the client, you have to also know your eye shape and what would look good on you, right? Now, it's understandable that some people don't take the time to say, oh, I have this shape eye, or learn their eye shape. I completely understand that. When girls go to get their lashes done, they just go on Instagram. Oh, I like this set. Can you do this for me? Understandable. There's nothing wrong with that, because there are some lash techs and lashes actually look really nice. So they say, let me do this. Cool, not a problem. But the issue now comes into mainly the lash tech we have to blame, right? To some capacity, because you should know better, right? You should know different eye shapes. You should know different lashes. You should know, like I said, the health of the lash. You should know what looks and styles and matte placement would look good on whatever client that you have. Every client is not gonna look good in the same type of lash style, right? So I'm very much so gonna blame the lash techs, especially in this first image that I showed you. That's beyond ridiculousness, right? That's so thick, it's so heavy, it's such a crazy curl, and then on the bottom as well, that's crazy. If any one of these females worked for me, I'm clock out for the day and go fix yourself, because this looks crazy, right? We have to really really look at ourselves and really and truly understand what works for us as an individual, and not just be online all day scrolling and saying, hey, this is what this person is doing. I want to look this way. I'm going to try this exact same thing. We can't do that. We have to truly learn what looks good on us, what works for us, right? As I'm saying this, of course, I have lashes. You guys see in most of my videos, when I am having a full face of makeup, I do put lashes on. I would like to believe any lash that I've chose thus far in all of my videos suited me, suited my eye shape, and suited the looks that I was going for. When I did smoky eyes, most of the time, I'm going to have the videos below. In my smoky eye videos, I went more so for lashes that were thicker and fuller, because it's a dramatic look I was doing. Looks that I did, I was a lot softer, sometimes having shimmer on the eyelids, or say just a very calm look in general. I did softer lashes, probably fluffy, but still softer of a lash. These are actually lash clusters. That's another video. These are kind of similar to extensions, but these are more so clusters. And actually, I find that clusters works a lot better for me, because sometimes the strip lashes, you guys know my eyes are watery. It bothers me sometimes in the front of my eyes. So surprisingly, lash clusters work a lot better for me. And again, this style this the density of the lashes, it makes sense for me. It makes sense for my eye shape. So that's why I went with it. Now, there are some lashes that I find to be absolutely gorgeous. Now, these lashes, excuse me guys. You guys know my eyeballs. Now, this lash set, these lashes are beautiful on her. Well done. Is darker, is more dense at the baseline, and it flares out. So these are most likely, I would say these are most likely wispy lashes, right? I can tell that it's longer on the ends, and then it comes in, it decreases in, or it goes down in number going towards the front, right? It suits her eye shape. She have not necessarily deep set eyes, but you can see the hood. It's a little bit prominent. So this style of a lash and the density looks good on her. If she was to go extremely dense or extremely full and a real tight curl, it would now make her eyes look a lot smaller. So the fluffy and the wispiness of the lash, especially in the front area being shorter, it allowed her eyes to be opened up. It still complements her eye shape, as well as brings even more attention to the lighter color of her eyes, right? This is a lash set done beautifully. Okay, I had to take a call. But now this lash set is also very beautiful to me. As you can see, she has hooded eyes where you don't see the lid too much, but because even though her eyes are hooded, she has a lot of lid space, which is why I assume that they went with this style of a lash. This curl, I'm not too sure. I don't do lashes, so I'm not too savvy on each curls that they have, but this looks more of a wispy, but more so have spikes because it comes up a little bit more elongated as opposed to the first one. So these are possibly wispy or wispy with spikes. Again, I don't do lashes, so correct me if I'm wrong, but like I said, these makes sense on her because she doesn't have too much of a lid space. So it being longer, it actually opened up the eyes a bit more because she had a lot of lid space to play with. And I like that it looks like as though it's shorter, then it goes longer, a little bit shorter. That type of lash map is called doll eyes, which looks good on her. She looks as though she has almond, but possibly slightly longer if I'm looking at it correctly. So when you have that pretty much shape of a eye, you can get away with a lot of different type of lash mapping. My lash girls, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, okay? And one more that I will share with you guys are these little lovely jazz numbers. This is so cute. I think it suits her eyes very well. She didn't do too much. If I'm looking, yeah, I think the very front, like in the very front corner, it looks like she did do extensions, but very, just a little bit. She didn't do too much because sometimes the inner corner doesn't really have too much long of a lash, and it doesn't have a lot of lashes that are dense as like the middle towards the end may have. So she did just a few in the front. And again, this looks as though it is wispy with a few spikes, which would be that second longer, which would be the longest parts of the lash. Again, I'm just guessing. But these actually looks good on her. It's not crazy. It's not the entire eye. It looks like it starts mainly more from the middle towards the end just a little bit, and it complements her eye shape beautifully. And again, you can see a lot more of the hooded area, so it looks like as though it's prominent, but her eyes are still small. That's why I assume they went with the sizes that they went with, right? So the takeaway is lash techs, we gotta get better. Okay. We gotta get better, right? I was on Instagram one day, and because I do beauty, I'm always looking at anything beauty, whether it's eyebrows, whether it's eyebrow tinting, lashes. I'm into all of it because I'm also a person that I really like new information. I really like to learn things because everything kind of meshes into each other anyways, right? And I was watching this video, and the girl was pretty much doing like a behind the scenes of how she works with her clients. And what I loved about that video that I didn't see in any other thus far that I've seen, she actually took the time to really have the client sit straight in front of her, open their eyes, close their eyes, and she really took notes, and she really took her craft seriously to say, hey, this is the shape of eye that you have. I know that you like this style, but this one works better with your eye shape, and this is why. I love when people truly take the time to really perfect their craft and continue to sharpen their skills, and especially in the field of beauty. In any realm of beauty, you really have to do things to tailor it to your client. Everything is not a one-stop shop. Every eye shape doesn't look good with the doll eye. Every eye shape doesn't look good with anime style or manga style or fox style or doll style. Every eye doesn't work that way. It's not going to compliment every person. You really have to tailor lashes and mapping to your clients so they absolutely look even more beautiful than they already are. So it actually accentuates and complements the eye shape so much better. And clients, right, we have to do our job as well to say, hey, you know what, I think this look is nice, but also what do you suggest? I know I like this, but what do you suggest for me that again will make me look and feel even more beautiful than I already am, right? We can't just go and say, hey, I like this style, let me do it, or let me do this style because every other person is doing it. We can't be that way. You guys know me at this point. I'm never just gonna go with the crowd. I'm always gonna question things. I'm always gonna have my 2 cents on things, and I'm always gonna give my suggestions and tweaks because I have to, right? I'm in this world. If I look ridiculous, I want you guys to say, hey, Lena, I don't think that color suited you. I don't really like that color too much. Or maybe you could try this. Or I'm not opposed to suggestion, right? But I know I'm making my business to do things that suits me, right? I try to stay in my realm of warm tone shades because warm tones suit me. When it comes to lashes, it's something that is gorgeous, but it's not going to make sense to my eyes, right? With me, I did my own lash clusters, and I did doll shape because when I open my eyes, the middle is a lot longer. So my longer ones are towards the middle and shorter on the ends. So they call it doll style. And again, I don't like it extremely long at the end because it bothers me. But that's me taking the time to say, hey, this is my eye shape. This is what looks good on me. This is what suits me, right? So we have to be an individual within this world of beauty and truly do things that suits us. Okay, and if your lash tech is not informing you or giving you suggestion and they just want the money and the penny, maybe you shouldn't go to them. I'm just saying. Whoops. That was my 2 cents on the topic of lashes. If there are any trends or things in the beauty world that you guys have qualms about that I didn't touch on just yet, be sure to send them to me and give me suggestions. I have no issues discussing them because, honey, I have quite a few lined up. Thank you guys so much for taking a part of your day and choosing to share them with little old me. Thank you for being a listening ear and giving my 2 cents, honey, in this world called beauty. I thank you guys so much. As I always say, the true foundation of beauty starts from within. Makeup is just the cherry on top. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend, tell a friend. Make sure you put in your notifications so you guys are informed of when I drop my videos, so you'll be the first one in the know. Thank you guys so much, and I love you until next time. Mwah.